Yo, what's up, Digidestin? It's your boy TPG back here again with another Digimon video. Today we're going to be doing a tier list for EX4 and my predictions for the meta in that format. Let's hop right in. Yo, what is up, guys? It's me, TPG, here with a unboxing for the My Hero collectible card game. This is one of the best products you can get if you are getting into this card game. If you've been watching my content for a while, Jasco has been nice enough to been sponsoring the channel. So I want to showcase, to some of you viewers who may be interested in the game now, how to get into it. This is the All Might versus All for One Clash deck. So this is two decks, one perfect for you and a friend. Go to locals, pick one of these up, and learn to start playing. If you are interested in finding locals, go to play.mhacardgame.com. and there you will be able to find a locals near you that carries and sells the game, as well as hopefully tournaments for the game. When you do that, if you are watching this in the month of May, use code TRUEPAIN when creating an account to earn yourself 50 free loyalty points, and those loyalty points will actually earn you a promo card of your choice. Most of the promo cards can be bought for that amount. So after we unbox it here, we do have cardboard, and then underneath we have playmats and a how to play guide. And then it comes in this nice little box you can reuse if you want. Then we have the decks. Let's start with All for One. So not only are these decks, they also come with one copy of an ultra rare from the newest set at the time, which is League of Villains. So you'll get an ultra rare copy of a random card from that set at the very end. So we have for our foils, we have All for One, Ultimate Combination, and Forced Quirk Activation. These are sort of like the best cards in the deck, and then of course our character card. For our regular attacks, we have 3 Arc Cannon Blast, 3 Combination Charge, 2 Impact Recoil, 2 Kinetic Air Cannon, 2 Kinetic Booster Orb, 2 Quirk Combination, 2 copies of Rivet Stab. This card's very good. I love this card. And that's it for the attacks we get. Next, we have the foundations. We have 4 copies of A Master's Pride, 4 copies of Behind the Curtain, 4 copies of Crushing Truth, 4 copies of Endless Loathing, and 4 copies of Helping Tomura, 4 copies of Mastermind Revealed, 4 copies of Taunt of the Hero. I like this card a lot as well. It's a very good staple in evil decks. 4 copies of Where's Your Smile Now, and that is it for our foundations. And then for our last card, this is going to be the ultra rare from the League of Villains set that is randomly inserted with each of these decks. And we got Needle Stab. This is a pretty strong card for evil decks. It's an ultra rare. It says discard 1 card, your next attack gets +3 speed. Enhance, discard 2 cards, this attack gets +5 damage. Discard 3 cards, add the top 2 face-up card. Add the top 2 cards to your deck to your momentum face-up. It's a 5 high for 4. I love this card. Very good. If you have a fat hand, you just start discarding to ramp up this card in your next card. And that's it for the All for One starter deck. Now let's move on to All Might. Like I said, these decks are perfect for teaching people to play. I taught my best friend and my girlfriend to play using these decks, and we had a blast. It's very back and forth because of how similar they designed the All for One cards and the All Might cards. Next we have All Might, Final Smash, Charging One for All. Those are our foils from that deck. For our attacks, we have 2 copies of Carolina Smash, 3 copies of Counter Smash, 2 copies of Intimidating Charge, 2 copies of Knee Smash, 2 copies of Plus Ultra Smash, 2 copies of Smashing Nomu, 3 copies of Vanquishing Punch. So the all for one card, All Might cards are all about smashing, as he does. 4 copies of Determined, 4 copies of Forced to Revert, 4 copies of Heroic Icon, 4 copies of Kindle the Flames, 4 copies of Now It's Your Turn, such an iconic scene, 4 copies of Public Support, 4 copies of Raiding the Villain Hideout, and 4 copies of You're Finished. And that is it for the foundations and the All for One deck itself. Again, great decks to play with you and a friend and teach you and a friend about the game. For our random ultra rare from the set, drum roll please, what did we get? We got Top Pro Heroes. This is a card, again, both ultra rares featured in the League of Villains booster set. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's get right back to the video. Today we are doing a tier list for my predictions for the EX4 meta. Now, not a whole lot changes in EX4, but there's a few things of note that I want to talk about. So we're just going to hop right in. Also, shout out to Wong Zero. This is his tier list. I took it from his channel. I thought it was a really nice tier list. I had pretty much everything I wanted to cover. So yeah, the first one is going to be Gallantmon. So Gallantmon actually gets some new stuff in this set. We get Medieval Dukemon, and we get like new Chaos Gallantmon stuff. They kind of work well with Gallantmon. Medieval Dukemon especially I think is really nice here. But I don't think it really changes. Again, the deck is just this hodgepodge of like stuff. There's not really a cohesive strategy with Gallantmon. So what it really comes down to here is, does the new stuff change the deck in a significant way to focus it more towards the meta? And the answer is going to be no. I think this deck is still a solid B tier deck because realistically it has a lot of answers, it does a lot of things. But what keeps this deck out of A tier or S tier most of the time is that this deck does not have a cohesive strategy. We started to get somewhere with EX2, I believe it was, where we had the burn strategy focused around your opponent's trash and burning them that way. But we actually don't have focus around that anymore. We've shifted to raid, and then now with the new stuff we've shifted towards like security playing with like Medieval Dukemon and stuff. I think the new cards we got are a nice change to the deck, a nice upgrade, but again, nothing too solid still. Red Hybrid Ancient Greymon. I think Ancient Greymon's still really strong. I'm going to put it in the A tier. Ancient Greymon's a deck that will turn 3 OTK you if they steal all their pieces, and that's just how it is. You're just going to lose on turn 3 if they have everything. So that makes the deck just significantly better to, just... If you're going into a tournament and you're like, I don't really want to use my brain today, just take Ancient Greymon, right? Because you're just going to draw your hand. Mulligan also especially makes this deck so much better. This was a great deck before Mulligan, but post-Mulligan, if you see one of the bad hands where you're bricked, you just shuffle it back and you get a new one. It is so, so good. So yeah, Ancient Greymon, definitely an A tier. Beelsmon, nothing changes with EX4. This is still an S tier deck. If you guys don't know, Beelsmon is currently the best deck in the format by a lot of people, I think, consider it that way. It has the ability to burn your opponent for 10. For every 10 in your trash, you get to burn your opponent for 1 security, which is very strong. Bloom Lordmon. We don't get anything too significant in this EX collection, but Quartzmon is still a very strong card. Bloom felt really good lately, but I don't think it's an S tier deck, so I'm going to put it in the A tier because it is still very strong and does what it does very, very well. Next, we have Blackwar Greymon. Blackwar Greymon, we do see popping up a little bit more. We do have that new support with the new black and red Greymon and Agumons. So that could make the deck a little better. Again, there's nothing new in EX4 for this deck, if I remember correctly. Actually, there is. There's some Victory Greymon stuff. So there's like some Victory Greymon stuff that you could use for like the red low end, I guess. But I don't know how much you actually are going to use of that. We're going to put it in A tier. I still think this deck is a very good gatekeeper deck. Next, we have Dark Knightmon. So Dark Knightmon, if you guys don't know, is pretty much the best counter to Beelsmon in the game right now. This deck it is so hard for Beelsmon to beat this deck. But it loses to almost everything else, which is tragic because I think Dark Knightmon's really cool. And I think having a good matchup into Beelsmon is one of the dopest things about this deck. But unfortunately, I just can't see it being, anything above B tier, which is quite tragic. Cross Merva. I'm gonna say that's what this one is because I think I like Crossheart and I like Mervamon. I think this deck's S tier. I think people are still sleeping on it. I don't think they're sleeping on it. I think this deck is just people sort of ooh, shiny new cards and stop playing it. But I definitely think that Crossheart Mervamon is still very strong. Next, we have the Mirage Galgamon stuff. We actually do get new support in EX4 for Mirage Galgamon, but I don't think it's anything to write home about. We actually, the new low end is pretty nice. We get like a new, we get some new stuff, actually. Yeah, you know what? We're going to put it in A tier. This might be a hot, bold take, but I actually think the new Mirage Galgamon stuff's pretty good. I forgot it came out in this set for a second because we get back-to-back. In EX4, we get some Savers stuff, and then BT 13 is also Savers focused. So we get back-to-back Spore for the Savers cards. So yeah, Mirage Galgamon I actually think is probably A tier. Is it? Yeah, that's going to be the hot take for the video. I think this deck's A tier. I have a lot of hope for this deck. Next we have Ravemon, and oh my god do I love Ravemon. This deck plays like a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. So basically, if you're familiar with DPE from Yu-Gi-Oh, it's a card that destroys itself to destroy an opponent's card, an opponent's monster. Ravemon is the same. You delete this Digimon to delete an opponent's Digimon, okay? But all the Ravemon stuff has like these crazy on deletion effects, and then he plays himself back out later, which is so awesome. I'm definitely going to be playing Ravemon. Like, this deck looks super fun. I don't think it's that good. So we're going to put it in top of B tier for now, because I think it has a lot of potential, but I think because of the way it plays with that sort of the mechanics where, you know, I'm going to be reactive and delete your Digimon. In Digimon, that's not very good. Unlike in Yu-Gi-Oh, where being reactive is very, very strong, in Digimon, we have yet to see a deck that is, outside of like security control, is a very strong reactive deck. That's like a meta contender. I'd say like security control or like maybe Black War Greymon are sort of that way, but Black War Greymon and security control both have offensive modes as well, right? You can hard slam Magna if you have to gain recovery. You can raise your Black War Greymon and not like have to wait. So sort of like Ravemon is sort of in the same category actually as B tier, right? Because all these decks are reactive. Galamon, you're going to be removing your opponent's Digimon. Dark Knightmon, Tamer removal, but also like a blocker focused deck. You're just trying to block everything. And then Ravemon, again, deleting your opponent's Digimon. Grandest Kawagamon. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Yeah. Excuse me, I still have a bit of a cough. Beelzemon and Hunter sort of hurt this deck, don't they? I don't even know where to put it, right? Because like I don't think this deck's a bad deck, but I don't think it's good anymore either. You know what? Just to make Max mad, we're gonna put it in C tier. I have no idea where to place this deck. It always feels like bad and good at the same time. So we're just gonna put it in C tier to make Max mad. Blue Hybrid. So sort of a hot take, and I might get flamed for this. I know I said my hot take was Mirage Galgamon, but if you guys are familiar with Blue Hybrid lately, it's sort of like the same deck. Whenever Mirage Gal gets support, I feel like Blue Hybrid can use that support just as well. So that being said, I'm actually going to put it in A tier, right next to Mirage Galgamon. I don't know how I feel about that, but I actually, it's still a really good deck. Like even one Tommy, it's still very good. Chaos Dramon. This deck's been doing very good lately. The deck is quite strong. It's, you know, Machine Dramon, Gober, big stack, big sources, blah, 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 blah. It's an A tier deck. I don't think it's quite S tier, but feels very strong right now, especially. Next, we have Cherubimon. So Cherubimon's sort of weird because it sort of, to me, screams security control, but at the same time, like, it's like Cherubimon support. So, like, you can play it in SetCon, and it feels pretty good, I think. But realistically, I think this is like a D tier deck. I don't think this deck's very good. I don't think it has that much potential either, unfortunately. Next, we have Red Hybrid, but the Emperor Greymon stuff. I think this might be an S tier deck. Now, let me explain. Red Hybrid's been sort of contending lately with a lot of the meta, and it's been very good. It's been doing very, very well. It's been performing. I think it's either the second or third best. I know it's Beelzemon, Hunter, and Emperor are like the three best decks right now. And I think it's still going to be good in the EX format. The Emperor Greymon, like the hybrid mechanic itself is so strong, and then having this red bursty damage deck is incredible. Also with the new Takuya being a memory tamer, oh, chef's kiss. Mwah, it's so good. Next we have the new Sakuyamon stuff. I think the new Sakuyamon stuff's really strong, but I think it's better in Blue Hybrid than in its own deck. I don't know if I'd even play it like pure Sakuyamon. So the new stuff's good. I'm gonna put it in B tier. I think the new stuff is pretty strong, but I don't know if it's like meta meta playable. You know what I mean? Like like this card. I can't remember the name of it. It's not Sakuyamon. It's something else. But this card is very strong. But the rest of the stuff is still just like, meh. Okay. Blue Flare, guys. Blue Flare is so good with this card. And then Blue Flare also gets new support, as well as Dark Knightmon also gets new support, but I don't think it's very noteworthy. But the new support for Dark Knightmon also works in Blue Flare. Fantastic. So strong. I definitely think this is an S tier deck. Blue Flare's already always performing. And for that reason, I'm going to put it in S tier with this new support. D-Reaper. D-Reaper's good in formats that are like go wide with low security. But we're not in one of those formats. I'm going to put it in C tier. I don't think it's that good right now. Shine Greymon gets new support. Very good new support. I don't really know what else to say. This is sort of the start of Shine Greymon becoming very strong in the TCG. So I'm going to put it in S tier. It's not quite at its peak yet, but I think it's enough to just make this like an S tier deck right now, or at least like a tier 1 meta contender. So yeah, for that reason, I'm going to put it in S tier. Ulforce does Ulforce things. You know, if you get the combo, it goes crazy. If you don't get the combo, it does nothing. I'm going to put it in between A or B. Not sure. I'm going to put it in A. I think it's a little better than all these B tier decks because it has a strategy it wants to do, but it's not very. It's a strong deck, but it's very unreliable is the word. It's very unreliable. Next we have Raid War Greymon. I think this deck's very good. I don't think it's S tier, but I do think it's A tier. I think this deck is very strong. Next we have a new card in the set. It's Chaos Galamon. This deck's dookie. I don't even know where to start. Like, it's Galamon but worse and just bad. So maybe like C or D tier. I'm gonna put it in D tier. I don't think this deck's good. Nah, it's better than Cherubimon. Yeah, we'll go C tier. I feel like it's not even as strong as these two decks though. Yeah, we'll put it in D tier. D Brigade, B tier. This deck's just sort of always chilling in B tier for me. It doesn't really do anything special, but it doesn't do anything not special either. Venusmon Control. Probably B tier, I would think. It's a decent control deck. You can gain a lot of time, I guess. It doesn't do too much though. Gaiomon's interesting because I think Gaiomon's actually in a better place right now than Black War Greymon. I'm gonna put an A tier. Like it's the same deck really, but Gaiomon gets a new card, a new Gaiomon, and I think it's very strong. I think it's a very good deck and has a lot of potential. That being said, guys, that's the tier list. I hope you did enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts and what you would change in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this Digimon EX4 tier list. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below which deck you are excited for most in the EX4 format. Also, special thank you to Jasco for sponsoring this video. If you're interested in the My Hero Academia card game, go check out a link in the description down below. It's play.mhacardgame.com. Go over there, create yourself an account, and find stores near you where you can play. When you're creating that account, you can use a referral code. Referral code TruePain will earn you 50 free loyalty points, which can earn you any of the promo cards on their website. So go over and do that and earn yourself some free promo cards. Also, while you're down in the description down below, you might as well go follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/TruePainGaming. We record almost all of our videos live over on Twitch, so if you want to see them unedited and raw and see me mess up on a bunch of takes, go follow me over there. I'll see you all next time.